Hello, VeilSeekers, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Oh, this is going to be a good one.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We're going deep into the lore and legends of the Pokemon world.
I'm so excited for this one.
I know you are. This is right up your alley.
Oh, yeah. This is my jam.
So today we're going to be talking about some really interesting Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about Darkrai. We're going to be talking about Jirachi.
Oh,
We're going to be talking
yeah.
about Frostlass
Okay.
and Eternatus.
These are some cool
The
ones.
really fascinating Pokemon with some pretty wild backstories.
Absolutely. Like Darkrai, for instance.
Yeah, what's the deal with Darkrai?
Right. Like on the surface, you see this like fearsome creature of the night.
Yeah, it makes you have nightmares.
Exactly. Induces nightmares and everyone's afraid of it.
Right.
But there's actually more to it than that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like in the Sinnoh region, they have these stories about Darkrai where it's not just this malevolent entity, it's more like a guide.
What, like a tour guide?
No, like a spiritual guide
Oh, okay. Yeah, it helps people confront their fears.
by giving them nightmares.
Well, yeah, by forcing them to face their fears and their dreams.
So it's like a tough love kind of situation.
Exactly. It's like a tough love therapist.
I like that.
You know, it makes you face the things you don't want to face.
Right.
But it helps you grow in the end.
Makes you stronger.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
makes you wonder, like, what's Darkrai's true motivation?
Yeah. Is it just trying to help people or is it getting some kind of enjoyment out of giving them nightmares?
Right. It's that duality that makes it so interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, is it good? Is it bad?
What is it?
We don't know for sure.
Okay, so let's move on to Jirachi now.
Okay.
This is another Pokemon that has always fascinated me. Sleeps for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And then wakes up for like a week.
To grant wishes.
Right. Grant wishes to pure-hearted individuals.
Yeah, that's an important detail.
It is. What's that all about?
Well, it suggests that Jirachi isn't just some random wish dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
There's a consciousness there.
And awareness, it's choosing who to grant wishes to.
So it's not just going to grant any wish you make.
No, it has to be a pure-hearted wish.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, and some believe that Jirachi can actually manipulate reality.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
fulfill those wishes.
To make those wishes come true,
Exactly.
but only for the pure of heart.
Right. So now imagine the potential impact of that power.
Over 1,000 years.
Yeah, over centuries.
It's like a butterfly effect.
Oh, absolutely.
One little wish could have massive consequences down the line.
And then there's the fact that Jirachi's awakenings are cyclical.
Right, every 1,000 years.
Exactly. So what if those awakenings coincide with major events in Pokemon history?
Oh, wow, you're blowing my mind right now.
It's like Jirachi is this secret force.
A hidden hand guiding the fate of the Pokemon world.
Yeah, potentially shaping the course of events for generations.
That's heavy.
It is. Right, and that brings us to another interesting aspect of Pokemon lore.
Okay.
The blurring of lines between the natural and supernatural.
Okay, give me an example.
We'll take Frostlass, for instance.
Ooh, Frostlass.
Yeah, the icy spirit Pokemon.
She's a little spooky.
Oh yeah, she's got a pretty chilling backstory.
Lay it on me.
So the legend goes that Frostlass was once a human woman.
Really?
Yeah, lost in the snowy mountains.
Oh.
And she eventually succumbed to the cold.
Okay.
But her spirit was transformed into a Pokemon.
By an ice spirit.
By an ice spirit, exactly.
That's kind of sad.
It is, right? And now she's known for luring travelers.
To the mountain peaks.
To the mountain peaks, yeah.
That's not good.
Well, it sounds pretty sinister.
Right.
But some believe she's not doing it out of malice.
So why is she doing it?
Well, remember that Frostlass often preserves frozen objects.
Yeah, like people.
Even people. Yeah, it's like she's trying to hold on to a memory.
Or a connection.
Yeah, a connection to the human world.
Oh, so maybe she's just lonely.
Yeah, it could be a twisted expression of longing.
For a world she can no longer be a part of.
Exactly. So it's less about being evil and more about this tragic yearning.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it adds a whole new dimension to her character.
And speaking of powerful forces, we need to talk about Eternatus.
Oh yeah, Eternatus, this is a big one.
This is a cosmic level Pokemon.
Absolutely, from the Galar region.
Right.
And it's basically a walking, talking source of Dynamax energy.
Okay, remind me what Dynamax energy is again.
So Dynamax energy allows Pokemon to grow to gigantic sizes.
Right.
And it's this incredible power that can even warp time and space.
And Eternatus is the source of all that.
It's believed to be. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, its signature move is the Eterna Beam.
The Eterna Beam, what does that do?
Well, it's this incredibly powerful beam of energy
Okay.
that can distort time and space.
That sounds dangerous.
Oh, it is for sure. And some believe that Eternatus actually arrived from outer space.
What, like an alien?
Essentially, yes.
Oh, well, hold on.
and that its arrival may have been the catalyst for the Dynamax phenomenon.
So we're talking about a cosmic being potentially influencing the very fabric of the Pokemon world.
It's a fascinating idea.
It really is, and it makes you wonder what other secrets the Pokemon universe holds.
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty more mysteries out there just waiting to be uncovered.
Okay, VeilSeekers, so we've just scratched the surface of some of the most intriguing lore and legends in the Pokemon world, but we're not done yet.
Oh no, we've got so much more to discuss.
Stay tuned, because in our next segment, we're going to be diving into some of the spookiest locations in the Pokemon world.
Oh yeah, this is where it gets really interesting.
Get ready for some chills and thrills, VeilSeekers, because we're going deep into the haunted side of Pokemon.
Some places in the Pokemon world, man, they just give you a different feeling.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's like they're soaked in history and memory and stuff.
Definitely. And when it comes to that, I don't think there's any place quite like Lavender Town.
Oh yeah.
Even just the music from those early games,
Oh, so creepy.
it really set this eerie tone.
Yeah, and then you've got all the ghost type Pokemon and the Pokemon Tower with all the grieving trainers.
Right. It's like this whole atmosphere of loss and remembrance.
Totally. It makes Lavender Town feel so different from any other location in the games.
Yeah. And there's this popular fan theory that Lavender Town is actually built on ancient burial grounds.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
It would explain why there are so many ghost-type Pokemon there.
Right, like Cubone and Ghastly, they're always hanging around.
Like the developers were drawing inspiration from real-world ghost stories, you know,
Yeah, those places that are supposed to be haunted.
where you get a lot of paranormal activity.
It wouldn't surprise me if they were doing that.
Yeah. It's smart. They weave those real-world myths and legends into the Pokemon world.
It makes it feel more real, you know?
Yeah, more believable. Like it could actually exist.
And it strengthens that connection between our world and the Pokemon world.
Right. It makes you think about these places not just as game locations, but as places with a history.
Exactly, a story that goes beyond what we see on the screen.
Speaking of stories and places with history, let's talk about the old chateau.
Oh, yeah, in Eterna Forest.
Sanu.
Creepy place.
That place has captivated so many players.
It's that mysterious vibe it gives off.
And those unexplained appearances.
Oh, yeah, those ghostly figures.
The little girl and the old man.
Classic ghost story material right there.
Totally. You walk into this abandoned mansion, and immediately something feels wrong.
Yeah, the air is thick with secrets.
And then you see those figures out of the corner of your eye.
Chills, man, chills.
Those figures have spawned so many theories over the years.
Yeah, what are they all about?
Are they former residents who died in the mansion?
Maybe, or are they spirits connected to some Pokemon that haunt the place?
Ooh. Or is there some deeper connection to Sinnoh's history that we haven't figured out yet?
The possibilities are endless.
The best part is we don't have any concrete answers.
Yeah, that's what makes it so fun to speculate.
It reminds us that even after all these years, the Pokemon world still has secrets.
Oh yeah, tons of them.
Mysteries waiting to be uncovered.
And that's part of what keeps us coming back for more.
Totally. It makes you want to keep exploring and digging deeper.
It encourages us to look beyond the surface, you know?
To question what we think we know.
And to be open to the idea that there might be more to the story than we realize.
You know, it's interesting how many of the most compelling parts of Pokemon lore deal with these big themes.
Oh yeah, like what?
Lost transformation, the line between the natural and the supernatural.
Right, we see it with Darkrai, we see it with Frostlass.
Even places like Lavender Town and the old chateau.
It's like these stories are tapping into these universal human experiences.
The things we all struggle with.
Exactly, and I think that's why they resonate so strongly with us.
They're not just about fantastical creatures.
They're about the human experience.
The stuff that really matters.
Yeah, and it reminds us that the Pokemon world, for all its craziness,
Is really a reflection of our own world.
with all its complexities and contradictions.
And that brings us to something that's often overlooked when we talk about Pokemon lore.
What's that?
The trading card game.
Oh, the cards.
Yeah, people don't always realize how much they contribute to the lore.
You mean besides just showing us what the Pokemon look like?
Yeah, the cards are more than just a game.
What are they then?
They're like a visual archive of Pokemon lore.
A history book in card form.
Exactly, the artwork, the descriptions, even the special sets.
They all add to our understanding of the Pokemon world.
You see it a lot with the alternate art cards that have become so popular.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
But they're not just pretty to look at.
They often have these hidden details and references.
To the games, the anime, even real-world Pokemon events.
It's like they're rewarding us for being fans, for knowing the lore.
For paying attention to the details.
Like that alternate art Charizard from the 151 set.
Oh, yeah?
It shows Charizard in the middle of a Kanto forest.
A nod to its origins as one of the original starters.
Exactly. It's a small detail, but for longtime fans, it's huge.
It adds so much depth and nostalgia.
It's like they're saying, we see you, we appreciate you.
And it's not just the artwork.
What else is there?
The different types of cards, the rare ones, the special sets.
Oh yeah, like those gold secret rare cards.
They always feature legendary and mythical Pokemon.
And they have this almost divine quality to them.
They really capture the essence of these powerful creatures.
It's like holding a piece of legend in your hand.
And you can't forget about those vintage holographic cards from the base set.
Oh yeah, those are classics.
For collectors, those are like time capsules.
They represent the early days of Pokemon.
When it's all new and fresh.
They hold so much sentimental value.
It's amazing how a physical object, like a card, can evoke such strong emotions.
It really is. It speaks to the power of Pokemon.
Its ability to connect with us on so many different levels.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have ancient myths, spooky locations, even trading cards.
But we've only just scratched the surface.
There are still so many mysteries to unravel in the Pokemon world.
So many questions to ask, and so much more to explore.
And that's what makes it so captivating.
The journey of discovery never truly ends.
We've been on quite a journey through the lore and legends of the Pokemon world.
It really feels like we've been peeling back layers of an onion, uncovering new secrets with each layer.
Exactly. And one thing's for sure, the Pokemon world is always evolving.
Definitely with every new game, every new anime episode.
Every new card set.
It all adds to this grand narrative, this story that's been going on for centuries.
It's amazing to think about.
It is, and it's a story full of cycles and patterns.
Right, like Jiraiya's awakenings happening every 1,000 years and potentially coinciding with major historical events.
It makes you wonder what other cyclical phenomena might be at play.
Yeah, what other forces are shaping the fate of the Pokemon world?
Are there ancient prophecies we haven't uncovered yet?
Maybe natural disasters that occur at regular intervals influencing Pokemon evolution?
It's fascinating to think about.
It adds a whole new level of depth to the lore.
And let's not forget about us humans.
Right, we have a complex relationship with Pokemon.
But how much are our actions influencing them and the world around them?
It's a question that goes beyond the games and the anime,
Makes you think about our own relationship with the natural world.
and the impact we have on the creatures we share this planet with.
The Pokemon world encourages us to ask those big questions.
It's not just about collecting and battling.
It's about exploring the complexities of a world that in many ways reflects our own.
I feel like we've only scratched the surface.
We have. There's so much more to uncover, so many mysteries to solve.
And I'm sure the Pokemon Company has plenty more surprises in store for us.
They always do. They keep us on our toes.
And that's what keeps it so exciting.
This world rewards curiosity, encourages us to think critically,
And it invites us to be part of this ongoing journey of discovery.
to never stop exploring, never stop asking questions.
And to always be open to the possibility that there's more to the story than we initially thought.
Well said.
And for all you VeilSeekers out there, be sure to subscribe to Veil Off Cards for more awesome content like this.
We've got so much more to explore together.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.